You don't? Terrifying. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Boy, I wish I hadn't mentioned it. Because now you're like... I've literally told them to say nothing. So you asking them probably won't get any good result. I'm not so cute! You can't call me cute! I'm gonna spend like $60 soon to get a decent screen protector, probably. For the new phone. I've like grown to where I loved my dad's old phone because of I had that super really good screen protector that constantly protected it. Because I am clumsy and I drop it a lot.
No, Boka, you understand me wrong. It's just that I want to know from Slime who caused degree. Slime is the normal one of both of you, so it's smarter to her what Slime says.
You know I destroyed Slimo in chess before, right? That shows I have a higher intellect level. Like, I don't think you understand how smart I am. I act like a gremlin, am a gremlin, act like an idiot, am sometimes an idiot, but I'm actually very smart. How do you think I got management jobs? And got promoted so easily and stuff? It's because I'm actually very smart and stuff. It is probably that lock on. That's why I'm probably gonna ask Ash if they still like, if they're okay with her Ari being unbanned. I can't remember what Ash said about the ban. I just know that there was a point where they got really, like, Slime really couldn't take it anymore. I found out, like, because they talked to me about it, and I talked to them. I sometimes don't stay on the ground. I get confused sometimes, and I say things that are wrong sometimes because I haven't been taught the correct of things sometimes. But like I said, most people won't change their view on points. I will. If you're able to give me a strong enough convincing and stuff, like, I'm not hard to convince, honestly. We got a chest sometime. Heck you, get in here. Let's go now. I'll destroy you right now. It's been so long since I've really, like, played chess in any kind of competitive sense that I know I'm terrible now. But I still kind of try to remember all of my practices and stuff. That's why some people can still, like, if they're crafty enough, can still beat me and stuff. Even though normally, like, if I had still kept playing, I'd probably beat them. Because I'm not joking. One of my favorite stories is that people like to hear about me is I beat a national chess champion before when I was only, like, 9. We were playing big chess on a big board. There was a kid there, and I just told him where to move the pieces. And the adult guy, he kept moving the pieces too. And then he was like, apparently he literally leaned over to my parents and he said, "Your kid's real cute." Or something like that. Something like really sarcastic. Because I was screaming and stuff. And as he was saying that to my parents, my dad was like, "That's when you shouted checkmate." And my parents chuckled after he walked away to look at the board. And I left with him like right after that because I had to go. We had to go. And I gave the little boy a high five and I walked off. And the hilarious thing is, we went onto one of those towers at this beach where you could overlook the entire beach. And we could see the chessboard from there. And apparently my dad looked over there with the camera and he laughed and he said that chess guy was still looking at the board. Which shows you I flabbergasted them with my movements and stuff and won. And for those of you that are worried, no, I moved some of the pieces too. That kid, I don't know where that kid came from, but like I just started playing with him with chess, and then I beat him, and then the old guy wanted to play. And the little kid helped me. I think the kid was like 7, and I was like 9 or 10. You sent me a friend request on chess. I don't have an account on chess.com. Do I? Did someone make my account? Alright, those songs are not something I have the rights to. Alright, let's loop this one. I'm scared I'm gonna get a lot of things muted in this. Alright. We got like 30 minutes before D&D. Let's see. Do we have any chance? Ooh, the attendance sheet's up. Naka finally made it. Alright. Book of the Dragon. Can I do that early? Oh no, wait. EST. Trying to see if this one has multiple days on it. Oh, it does. Okay. Give me a sec, guys. You guys want to see me voting on my sheet? Wondering what I'm doing. I'm putting in the times I can make it. I could do later, I guess. Yeah, I could just move days around and stuff. Only day I can't do it are Fridays and Sundays. Well, Saturdays. I typically want to join my parents for the few times we eat out. I guess I have to cut it off there. Well, I'll put it there. I can come in late. No. I usually end streams on those days. Then I'm gonna put right here. Basically, I'm saying, like, if I get a job, obviously those, the times are subject to change, but otherwise, I can pretty much be available all day. Fridays and Saturdays, though, or Fridays and Sundays, I will typically end stream around 5. Because that's when we usually go eat dinner. I'm thinking of, should we play a game if, we don't do D&D, or do y'all want to end stream? Or y'all got things to do? Are y'all busy kobolds? I kind of want to play Path while we're waiting. I'm gonna play some Path while we're waiting. Do y'all want the background music, or do y'all want it off? I'll probably want it off. Western.
Did Boku enjoy their 3.5 hours yapathon?
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys enjoyed it. You guys were always wanting some of those just chatty streams.
The moon was full the night of the black storm. It is full again. They have come for me. They have come for my daughters. Ravalo called out while the others skulked and muttered in the darkness. Corrin went to them, arms open, welcoming. The nightmares told her to. My uncle tried to stop her. Ravalo crushed his skull with the smith's hammer. My father gave a wink, but they screamed like monkeys. themselves bloody trying to get in. I had no choice. I took my two youngest and fled through the cellar, following the tunnel to the mill. All we can do is hide and hope. God help us.
I want to get into like once Yumi's back, I want to start doing like a talk show with maybe Yumi and Naka. If Naka wants to do it, where we just talk about like what we're doing. I'm gonna see if I can get Shy to join it, but she is busy, so like I can't guarantee Shy. I saw where Yumi is thinking about a talk show. I really want to get her like to join me in one. I love talking to Yumi a lot. Yumi reminds me of a friend I used to have. Very smart and like intelligent and kind of like a good role model figure. Hope she doesn't hear that. Like Sunny, the reason I really like Sunny is she's a really good person. Like you can tell that they're a good person. They have a good heart. Like they put up with me. Like, that shows you they're a good person. I don't think most people would like to put up with me. But I just love giving someone like Sunny just nothing but positivity. Because that's really all I think Sunny needs is affirmations. Because they will be amazing. I will turn back on the Twitch add-on. Do you want me to? I'm not really doing this one very hardcore-ish. Y'all out here trying to lick me? Let me see if I can add it real quick. What you don't understand is...
Can I ask why? Like, I've been...
Okay, how do I do this? I think it's create your dashboard. Hello? Where is it? Extensions. Is it the Armory extension? I think it's that. Yeah, I already have it. There you go. The reason I don't use it that much is it takes up an extension slot. We don't play Path a lot, so...
Heard you toppled a big...
After what this land's become, your kind still manages to make it worse.
Alright, killed him. There is... At least it feels like there is. I don't know if maybe partners get more bots or something, but... You have to pick and choose. I want to bring back throw so bad. Because, like, y'all don't understand that I want to bring it back probably more than you guys. I liked that feature. Made it easier for you guys to talk to me and stuff. Where's there one of these places? Right. Alrighty, Ah! Clicked right back into it. Hypnotic eye ring. Look at me, guys, making money even in my little level character. Now you can DM me in game. Is that all you wanted? Right, you go to Western Forest. Get off me. I love this ice is burning them. That's how... This ice is electrifying and burning them. I want to get it to where I can do the thing where I just jump all around and do this move. Like I teleport around doing this. You know what I'm talking about, right? Because I remember seeing someone do that. Where, like, they splashed everywhere around and this is what came out of their... I don't know if they were... If it was a skill link. Is that what you do? Is there a way to, like, get it to where this teleport casts this? Like that. So I remember seeing someone do that. Where they just teleported all around and this was coming out of their teleports. How do you link the two spells, though? Is it, like, cast on crit, and then you just run around teleporting? I need a lot of cast speed. I know that much. Because this is slow as heck. So you can do Cyclone and that at the same time? I don't understand. You can make Cyclone that makes you Beyblade. Well, I'm doing an Ice Nova build. I mean, a Flashbank of Wintry Blast build. Go on, about to level up. Bum 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 bum. I don't want that. I think we decided we go here. Get that. I think that's what we decided. Because it gives us area of effect and elemental damage, and then we can go into Void Dominion. Right? We want to get Holy Dominion. Throws balls and oh, you mean the Frost Bolt? I have that skill link. I don't want that one. Where you fire Frost Bolts and then you cast Ice Nova and it just no. There's one where you teleport and it's doing the Ice Novas. I've seen it. But yeah, Amplify is one of the things I want. I don't want that though. Because yeah, it's giving you attack and cast speed, but I'm not using that. Is it worth getting that? I'm doing 2 extra, but I'm getting an intelligence and an area effect out of it. I feel like that's good. But then I'm going to be going this way, I think, so I can get Frostwalker. Or anything up here I want? What does this do? Breath of Rhyme. Heart of Ice. Ooh, damage penetrate. Yeah, I probably want to get that. And then a Cold Mastery. Cold Mastery would be good to get 10% chance to inflict cold exposure. Or enemies permanently take 5% increased damage for each time you freeze them. Cyclone cast on crit. On the TP? I will look at it. Oh, I should probably just go this way first and then go into Holy Dominion. Right? Yeah, I should go this way first. Alright, it's about the time for the D&D. Let's find out. I'm going to join the call. Mute myself. And I'm going to message my friends that are in the D&D and try to get them to come. Alright, I need to go back to the first area for that quest. No, the crit is on the Nova. The TP is alone. I don't understand.
A stranger there.
Wait, so you have it to where Nova is cast on crit in a separate area, and then TP is by itself, and TP is the one that's going to crit to cast the Nova, right? Is that what we're saying? Like they're in separate areas, but one is getting cast because your teleporter is critting. Is that what you're saying?
One day.
I don't understand what you're saying then. Alright, next level, I'll get Arcade News Dominion. I think I need to get Annihilation. Should I get these? I don't know. Cast speed and crit chance. Oh yeah. There's a whole thing for it. I like that. I don't know if we go up there. Although, attack speed with wands and stuff. I guess it's because it's a staff. That actually makes sense, actually. I get to like level 31 before. Oh, I have a Cyclone gem. What is Cyclone? Is that a melee attack? I need it to be a spell. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I have a feeling I know what to do here, though. First spell, is there a thing that says... Penance brand. Tempest shield. Neckfield. Okay, let's go here. Let's... Cast on crit only works with melee. What am I thinking of? I swear I remember... Okay, so it's called the Lazy Ice Nova build? See, they're doing it right there. At least I think it is. Because you cast Ice... No, this is the basics. You just need to cast Frostblink to move around and cast Arcanist Brand. I don't know how you would do it, though. Oh, you need a special unique shield. Which casts Wave of Conviction? Okay. The helmet. I don't know how to run this. But I want Ice Nova to cast.
Boo.
Ah! Don't scare me. Don't scare me, Naka. Don't scare me.
I mean, it is the season for that.
I don't want to cast the balls. I just want Ice Nova when I teleport. Like, get it to where my teleport costs a lot. So it's constantly casting Ice Nova around me. Can I do that? Would I be able to do that, Pseudo?
I know very little about that game, but I can tell you it used to be possible.
It looks like it's possible. I'm just trying to see if it's feasible. I think it's funny that this build has a lot of uniques on it. Like, I'm used to seeing unique rings on builds, but... My god. 2 unique potions that I don't have. That's funny. Oh, and unique jewels, too. Nice. Dang, this build requires a lot. Is this like the build that everyone was running this? Because I heard Crossblink was the build. Already added my times to your sheet, Naka.
Cool.
And like I said on the first page of your things is... all of those times can be extended and stuff. It just depends on what's happening. And I need to know, like... if I can know the exact days, they can extend. The only days that aren't really changeable are Fridays and Saturdays. Because if I get a job, those will definitely be days I work.
I don't think it's gonna be too much of an issue. But we'll see. I have no idea how this is gonna go. I mean, it may just prove that we don't even have, like, 3 people regularly anymore.
Well, I totally think we can have the 3 people still. I think it's really up to, like... I think we just got unlucky because both Maple and Belle and Sun... well, Sun got a job. But Maple and Belle work at places that, like, they change their schedules on them. Which I hate when jobs do that to you.
I mean, I know why they do it, because I used to work in retail back in college.
Ah!
But
well, if you're a really good employee, they shouldn't be changing your schedule. Because they should want to keep you as focused as possible on the job. Changing the schedule causes you to have to change a lot of your life aspects as well.
I mean, they don't
which can
usually
sometimes
care.
Yeah, that's the problem. They don't care enough about their own employees, which they should.
Yes. I mean, when I worked there in retail, heck, I'll even tell you where I used to work. Before it went belly up, I used to work for Circuit City.
Okay.
Which is a pretty horrible place to work, but it was available at the time. And ironically, for some reason, Best Buy wouldn't hire me. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But I did a lot at Circuit City. Because they used to have like a games section of the store.
Yeah.
That had like software and everything. And I was, because most of the people were hourly, with like salespeople getting like, you could almost think of it as a commission, but it was a bonus for sales above XYZ. I was not a salesperson as far as they were concerned, but I was put in charge of the software section for like the 3 years that I worked there. But they love to change my hours all over the place. and they did not treat me well. I mean, by the end, they thought I was too expensive to keep.
Well, they were going belly up, so
Well,
it's the same
I
thing
was-
with like GameStop. They don't pay their employees really anything good, and now it's basically just a manager is in there now.
yeah, I was in there when they first went to like hourly across the board. That's basically when I started. So I got a higher rate because they were coming down off of like commission for the salespeople
Yeah.
and converting everyone across the board to hourly. So,
Which is like hilarious. Why would you like I would pay like a low rate, like a minimum wage hourly and do commission to still encourage my people to sell stuff.
I mean, that's sort of what they did with the whole bonus system, but they put so many conditions on it, people made generally a lot less.
The phrase too expensive to keep is a phrase a lot of failing companies will use. Basically, the idea is you're paid a premium because you were from a time when we made a lot of money, but now you're
Or at
you're
least
someone that's
they had
causing
to
them to
pay
lose
a lot
money
of money.
because
Yeah, because
you're still getting paid that price, but they can't afford that price anymore, or they
'Cause I was
think they
getting
can't
paid-
afford that price.
I was getting paid about $11 an hour.
So yeah, they would rather pay someone minimum wage at that point when they're
Yes.
when they're
An
hemorrhaging
entry level
money.
person coming in was making $8.25.
Yeah,
So
see?
I was like $3 an hour more.
So she was almost
But
an
I was-
extra person more.
I mean, there's
Well, when
there
you
were
think of it in
some
manager,
benefits in
when
there and other stuff.
you think of it in manager description, you were almost an extra person more. That's how they think
Yes,
about it.
though I did run part of the store. I mean, I wasn't considered a manager because, you know, they can't have too many of those. Manager positions were actually salaried. So,
Which I would never
But-
work for a company. The only right way I would do salary is if I like off the bat had them agree to the fact that I
So-
would not work more than 40 hours without overtime pay.
so here's how it goes.
Because they will take advantage
this is
of
my
you if you don't do that.
this is my understanding from having known people that were like assistant manager and then manager at the store. Salaried for an assistant manager was about 32, 35K. It varied a little over time, but that was a lot better than hourly. Like, a lot.
Yeah.
I maybe made 17K in a year. And technically, they should have been forced to treat me as a full-time employee, but they would have me work one less hour than the, like, requirement point from the state. So, I could be considered part-time and didn't have to be paid benefits. So, but if you were salaried, you got benefits and everything. So, I was making about as much as you could possibly make working at that without being like assistant manager. In fact, the other person from the same era, having come in as I did, became an assistant manager right before they like closed. So, but if you were one of the managers, your pay was around 40K salaried, which, again, compared to the pay that I got, was like huge. In fact, even to this day, I've never made 40K a year.
That's painful.
Yeah, because The most I ever made was when I was a network admin for a charter school. And I was supposed to make 32K a year. And then, because I saved them money, they docked my pay by 2K. So.
Oh, that's scummy. I'd have left.
I couldn't leave because I needed the money, but in the end, they fired me the day before my birthday that same year, so.
Yeah. If they're docking your pay, just leave. You know you need the money, but if you leave, you have a better chance of getting a job.
Yeah, that
Whereas
never
if you
happened.
Get fired.
I mean, they didn't fire me either. They removed my position, so.
Well, actually, you could probably get a job from other places by, like, prefacing that fact. Say your job was, like, zoned out.
So,
you still have lots
I spent the next...
Don't tell people you have that particular knowledge. You tell them, I have this much years of computer knowledge. And that's really...
I mean, that's what I...
Like,
that's
you
what
just
I
be very
tried
vague.
to do for the next year. I spent a year looking for a new job in my fields. And literally no one would hire me.
Well, right now, no one hires me, and I don't understand it.
Well, I mean, this was, like, almost a decade ago now.
I do
did
not want to be
another job
not working
after
for a
that,
decade.
but... well, I went about a year, then... Well, in that year was the breakup with my ex as well. So, that was a whole mess. But I ended up moving back in to this place that I'm still at, which is owned by my parents. So it's kind of like moving back in with my parents, but, you know, they just own the house. They don't actually live here. Because this used to be my grandmother's.
Oh, your grandmother gave you the house?
Well, my grandmother gave it to my dad. But my dad is the one that lets me live here. So.
Yeah.
It's sort of mine by extension. I don't own it, though. Which is probably good, since I have no way of actually affording it. But anyways, they were letting me live here. And they're like, you gotta go get a job.
Well, obviously, yeah.
So, that's how I ended up with my job for, like, 5 years. Where I ended up having the car accident, hurting my back and my shoulder. And, having all my health issues. And even after that, I worked for about a year there. Until they decided they weren't willing to, like, put up with the limitations of my health issues. So. They made up an excuse, and they got rid of me.
Which, like, the place you live in is so bad for allowing your job to fire you for that. Like, that's dumb. Like, most job places now have to either make concessions or pay you a stipend. Like a separation fee, basically, where they pay for, like, I think it's like 3 months or something.
I mean, it helps that I'm in the state of Pennsylvania, but it was a national company that is the one that did it. And I don't think they would have even cared if we were in another state. They might change their tactic, but yeah, they're like, you're not able-bodied anymore. We don't want to deal with you.
Well, yeah.
Even though it's effectively their fault I had the accident, so... Yeah. And I did talk to a lawyer about suing them over the accident, but since the employment contract is one that does, like, arbitration for literally everything. The lawyer looked at it and went, nah. Our chance of winning is so small, I would require, like, $10,000 up front to even put in the paperwork. So,
I'm gonna be honest. It sounds like a
ironically,
bad.
and that was just about the time COVID lockdowns were in effect. So, that's when I became a streamer.
I just want to go
I mean,
back.
it took a couple of months, but no one was hiring back then.
Oh yeah,
I definitely
no.
wasn't gonna get a new job, so
No one was
I'm like, I
hiring.
gotta do something.
And a lot of places were
that's-
supposed to hire, like, ignore that stipend of like you haven't worked in a while because COVID. Not many people were able to get work.
Yeah, but I mean, I could have tried for a job after, and I did look a little bit when like COVID restrictions went away, but places were telling me, you haven't worked in your field in like 7 years now, and yeah,
Like
your only other
some companies
job
don't
wasn't in
understand
your
is
field.
just because
so.
you're not working in your field, they think you don't know about current technology. No. Yeah, I know current technology still. What do you think I was doing
well,
this whole time? Sleeping?
That's an excuse. The only places that contacted me about jobs were all entry level and
Of course.
um I hate to make this sound racist, but it's going to. All the places were like heavily Indian owned. And usually when I would give them my like resume, they're like, yeah, we couldn't even get one of our own people this job with this resume because you haven't worked in a close enough time period in the field.
This is when
Even
you do the
though
thing that
your old knowledge
everyone
is
doesn't
well
want to admit.
past what we need.
No. This is when you do the thing that no one would admit they do, but it's very obvious that everyone does it. Completely fabricate when you worked. You're like, oh, I totally worked at some of these places later,
I did
or
try to do that by making up. Well, I didn't even really make it up because I was actually doing a little bit of consulting work. So, I fancied up my consulting work and gave them a relative's number to use. And even with that, no one would hire me.
it's a little
I got
weird.
farther along in the process. But anytime I'd have to say, like, well, I have some medical issues. So there are
Well-
some things physically I just cannot do anymore. And they're like, oh, well, then we don't need you. Goodbye. And they can get away with that because I'm not officially disabled. If I was considered disabled by the federal government, then I could sue them for that. I'm not, so I can't. So yeah, that's my abysmal work history. It's lots of fun. Well, there was one other place that fits into that work history, but that's most of it.
My thing is now is the company's using AI to read. No, stop it. Because you're just creating a very nasty cycle. People
I
are gonna
mean,
lie
there-
even harder on their resume. They're gonna have the AI write the best possible resume and say, "Oh, I totally did these things."
So the other side has already been using
Well,
what I'm
no,
gonna
but they've
call
started
AI.
really using it recently in the last few years because it's evolved so much now to the point
Yeah,
where you
well-
have a lot of people are claiming you have to use an AI written resume to get a job.
I mean, probably at this point.
That's what
I know
I'm
I
saying.
certainly couldn't get one. I mean, I'm happier in some ways not having a job. Well, another job. Because streaming is quite the job in and of itself. But I still don't make really anything from streaming, so I mean, okay. I'm gonna be bluntly honest here.
I'm gonna fight you, Zudo. You
Ah.
stop talking about how tasty food you've been having.
But here is the blunt, honest truth about being a streamer. I don't even make $500 a year.
Are you sorry? Are you, Zudo?
I might get to like $500 next year if I have a little more growth.
You can do it. Naka, I believe in you.
Ironically, the only reason I can expect that to be a possibility is because of YouTube. Because I finally, can have memberships and super chats on YouTube.
You have ad revenue now.
I mean, the problem with that is my most popular videos can't be monetized. So, I will
You're
probably
fine,
never get
Zudo. I'm messing with
revenue.
you. Stop it.
Well, I should say ad revenue on YouTube. I'll get it on Twitch. But that's like $7 a month on Twitch, so. Unfortunately, the payout point is worse for YouTube. Because Twitch, it's $50. So every time you end up earning $50 or more, they'll write you a check. And, effectively write you a check. And send you that money. But YouTube is 100, so. Still, far cry from minimum wage, even. Especially if you add in all those hours of encoding videos, editing them, having to create ideas for videos, gathering people for collabs, actually doing streams themselves. I mean, the average stream I do is like 3.5 hours, roughly. So that's like half a work shift right there. And encoding it takes about 2 hours, including editing. I have to, well, if I'm playing games, I have to, get the game, find out any details I might need for it. If I'm collabing, I need to make sure everyone is there on time. There's so many things that go into it. Oh, and then there's, art for thumbnails. I've gotten kind of used to that at this point. So, as long as I don't have to make them entirely unique for mostly identical content, it's super easy.
Do I understand how my build works? Not fully, Zudo. I'll eventually get it down. Right now, I think I'm gonna just... I don't think I have the money to invest to get the basic stuff. I'm sure these uniques will at least cost a pretty penny.
But it looks like we probably aren't having Celestia.
Let me check one more time. Nope. It is no. Which I figured was going to happen today. But I'm pretty sure we'll probably get to stream tomorrow because Maple wanted to be here last time and...
I know Sadashi was here.
And Sun wanted to...
ended up... I think they, like, fell asleep.
They fell asleep.
I think that's what they told me.
Which, like, they don't like to do that. They have been better about making it.
Yeah. Now that they're working, it's a lot harder. So
obviously. That's why we remade the schedule list so we can get an idea of where everyone's at right now.
Oh, by the way, you might find this hilarious. I know this is vaguely political.
What?
But, this, like, 21, 22-ish woman was asked questions about abortion.
Oh, no.
And, you know, it starts out if she's pro-choice, pro-life. She says she's pro-choice. And then she says after that, with the next question, that she's fine with a ban after 6 weeks. And, her reasoning for this is that any woman would know they're pregnant after 6 weeks. I'm like,
it's not exactly wrong. Usually there are clear signs by about 4 or 5 weeks.
I can miss a period even like a couple months in a row.
Well, that's why you're supposed to like just find out. If you miss one, you should at least try to at least figure out why you missed it. Is it a stress-induced miss or something?
If you're one of the women that doesn't regularly have a period necessarily, that whole thing is out the window.
Well, there's that.
And if you don't end up with like morning sickness,
but if you
in the early
know
months,
you're active in that particular area, you should probably get it checked or be taking the medicine, which has a 1% failure rate or something.
I mean, yes, but there's so many little accidents that work into this formula. Should you know? Probably.
I would say 80%, 85% sure you should know. 5% of that is the people that it would not be unlikely for them not to know. And then another 10% of that is people that like... No, I think the 5% would be the people that somehow the pill failed for. And the other 10% would be the people that like that's a common thing for them to not like. But I even would ban that 10% because if you know you're active in the bed, don't you at least think you should,
what if you just had sex like once and
it's still checked?
You go, well, your period doesn't occur like 6 weeks after. It did like initially after you had that sex. But that doesn't mean you can't still get pregnant. So, the act itself, and when you actually end up pregnant, can actually be quite different.
Here's my thing. I would agree with the 6 weeks things if you're allowed to check for it either paid by the government or the state like once like every 3 weeks or something. That way, both sides have no, like, excuse. The girls' side has no excuses. They have the free checkup each 3 weeks. Like, if they're active, they can check and see if there's reason to believe you're pregnant, because doctors can almost immediately tell usually.
I mean, as soon as your hormones change. So, I know your chat might get queasy at this, but the way pregnancy works is that the initial combining of egg and other material. Other material.
I feel like
happens.
It's dirtier when you say it
and
that
then
way.
if it's going to successfully take within about a 2-week period, it like moves its way over to the walls of the womb and plants itself there.
That's what I'm saying.
So
every 3 weeks.
once that happens, hormonal changes start to happen. So
That's what I'm saying. Every 3 weeks, get like a state or government paid for checkup that checks for that.
I mean, I'd be okay with that if we also get like state handed out like birth control.
Yeah, I could agree with that. That makes sense.
Because
if
I were on the birth control and I didn't know, that would be some extra steps. But I'd still be more comfy with like 8 weeks and a lot
I feel
of
like 8 weeks isn't that much
exceptions.
more. It's only 2 weeks more?
It's only 2 weeks more, but
Was I right?
That's not that bad.
Can I
would
see
say
future with no D&D?
if you look at
and
actual
TF is the theme.
statistics,
Can't write Naka
the
stream.
chance that
There
you
is no
know
stream.
What is it?
between 6 weeks and 8 weeks goes up by over 40%.
Wait, what?
So, yeah, if you look at the statistics, actual statistics, and I don't have these on hand, so I'm saying this off the top of my head. But I have seen the statistics before. Knowing within a 6-week period is about a 40% chance. Knowing at the 8-week period is about an 80% chance.
Where's this side, by the way, Naka?
Hi.
I agree with you. Now that I think about it, yeah, 8 weeks would be. Like, I get the counter argument, but the overall argument they're having is that and this and stuff.
Hi.
She said hi, Roy.
I mean, you also have some other things in there, because the actual abortion takes time to schedule and a lot of not things related to you. Plus, you have to make the decision in that time, too. So, it's not just knowing, but being able to actually go and have one within that window. So, I don't know. I have a lot of problems with it anyways, because I know the horror stories that my mom told me, because, well, not just my mom, a lot of aunts on my dad's
no
side,
D&D,
too.
no Naka.
From
Used
the
to
days
it Bokath
before,
one heart by wonderful
Roe
Naka
Way.
and Bokath O.
That
Horror
it's
stories.
okay.
Utter
I'm
horror
pretty sure we're gonna have
stories.
one tomorrow, Roy. Yes, last week was kind of a lesser, not a lesser, a not very common occurrence. It was the perfect storm of Maple being sick, I'm falling asleep.
We will not have.
Sadashi being late.
on behalf, and Sadashi being late. I think if Sadashi had gotten there earlier, maybe we could have done something.
Yeah, but they got there just as we basically called it.
Yeah.
So. But I think I'm gonna go and take the rest of the day off.
Okay, you have a good rest, Naka.
I will try. I have some things that I'm working on that hopefully I can finish today. More fodder for more videos,
Oh,
more
poor
streams.
Roy.
It's okay,
Roy
Roy.
says bye,
I have
Naka.
I have stuff on YouTube if you need your fix.
And that would support Naka a lot.
Yes. I still have my last stream for Horizon Forbidden West that isn't even out until tomorrow. I kept pushing it back because of other videos. So I have a few that are just sitting there waiting right now. And I'll probably record some stuff for videos today. But I won't be streaming those. At least not right now. So. But have lots of fun, guys.
Have a good day. Alright.
Hello?
Whoa.
Hug 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 Bokabokath 1 heart.
Hugs. Oh. Maybe next time I'll look for equipment. Kind of surprised they would not allow cast on crit for spells. She really said your torment is over when I got a torment one. That's funny. Or does she say that all the time when you get a torment one? I don't care. Oh wait, she's all the way down here, isn't she? Oh, so you have to use a melee skill to cast it, but then like that means you're having to use more than one button. Should we start playing Helldivers again, guys? I'm gonna look and see if my parents have gotten back with food. Then I think we might play some Helldivers. That's what I'm thinking of, at least. What do you guys think? You guys want Helldivers?
We, the Court of Reckoning, find you, Doedri Stamatis, guilty of the following transgressions against God. Perversion of God's creation. Promotion of heretical beliefs. Unlawful enslavement of eternal citizens. Torture of the innocent. Murder of the servants of purity. For these most severe crimes, I do sentence Doedri Darktongue to burn at the stake till naught is left but ash. May her life serve as penance for the lives she has taken, and let purity sweep away the dust of her deeds from our firmament. High Templar Vol, commander of the army of purity.
The King of Rats.
Women like you give the rest of us a bad name.
There's good you say I'm so.
One, two. Like I want to get this. Maybe this. Let me go see if the food's here or if they left to go get food. Alright. We're back. Let me fill up my water bottle. I haven't gotten back yet with food, so I'll have to eat later. Alright. Let's see if Yumi wants to play. She might be available. I want to do something with Yumi. Might be able to.